You don't have to get up that early at 7 in the morning. If you guys are able at 7 in the morning and you're here right now, applaud them, please. You know, props to you for looking for change. So I walk in 7:04, sit down, my boss, she writes me up for being 4 minutes late. And at that moment, I realized that I didn't matter, right? I got up early. You know, I went to this corporate job at the same time. I was still working at the restaurant job, driving across town, changing out of my underwear, put on the apron and the name tag, going and serving tables 4 nights a week still, suffering both places. And I get written up over 4 minutes. And that was like my light bulb moment. And that would happen to me at that exact moment. I'm like, I don't matter anymore. I can't do this. This isn't what I'm destined for. I'm pouring my time into both these things. And so I don't know who you believe in or what you believe in, and that's not what this evening's about. But it's about that maybe tonight, Friday night at 7:29 in Tempe, Arizona, this evening someone's going to put a can like this in your hand and change your life. Because that weekend, my father put this can in my hand. And he said, give this a try. And I tried it, and I was like, that's pretty good. Cool. I looked at the back of the can. I had to get a magnifying glass because I couldn't believe how much stuff was in there. And I'm like, holy cow, they fit all that stuff in there. Is this fake? He's like, no, it's real. And so I tried it, and I thought it was amazing. I felt good, and he's like, you could make some money with this. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you can make some money with this product. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you can become a rep. I'm like, a rep? He's like a representative for the company. You go market their products, they'll cut you a commission. And I'm like, really? Like, there was like this moment where I got pissed. I was like, what? Like, I've been working this restaurant job and slaving away at this corporate job, and I could have gone and sold these energy drinks? He's like, well, they just came out with it. So I was like, okay. So I gave him some slack. So I started learning about this product, and I just looked at it to the sense, I was like, well, okay, so if I get people to drink a product they're already spending money on and buy mine that's healthier versus what else is out there, I can make some money. And I made a decision. Like that day, that was boom, light bulb moment. Changed my friends, changing my habits, changed what I did. Heard a quote that said, the 5 people you spend the most time with will determine your future. And that really just kicked me in the face. And a lot of my friends who I was hanging out with, they're still doing what we were doing 5 years ago, right? And where am I now? I'm on stage, hopefully I can impact you guys. But the reality was, I went out for the next 6 months and put this can in someone's hand every single day. I put this can in someone's hand every single day, right? We've all got excuses, we've all got lives, we've all got things going on. But I got up at 5:30 in the morning, had to be at my job at 7, not 7:04, as we all found out, right? And then I get off work at 4, drive across town, go serve tables 4 nights a week. And I found time on my lunch breaks and between my 2 jobs and a couple of hours on the weekend to build this business at $3,000 a week. I apologize, not $3,000 a week, that'd be crazy in 6 months, but $3,000 a month, right? But at $3,000 a month, I was able to quit my corporate job and my restaurant job and went full time and never looked back. And I sit here blessed and fortunate, but the reality is that the business then was hard. Like, it was hard then. We had like some ugly cans, and we had one, we had to mix the Vima at the same time back then, and we didn't have this building, we didn't have half the videos, we didn't have anything. But what we had was hope, we had desire, and we had drive, and we had BK. And we had great products, and we went out there and we shared them with them. And my life's been fortunate, I've been blessed. But biggest thing I want to encourage you, because I look at the room and we're very close to ASU, and I'll leave you with one quote before I bring up our keynote speaker tonight. Is it's a statistic, and it's a number. When I heard it, it just burned in my forehead, and I was like, I'm never going to forget that number. And the number is 52%. And I say this number because it's a crazy number. When you hear what 52% means, you're going to be like, whoa. And this is it. 52% of the whole world. Right? The entire world, all of Earth, green and blue Earth, when we look at it, right? All of Earth, 52% of the whole world is under the age of 30. All right? So that's who we're all competing with, most of us, some of the young and young at heart gentlemen in the room. That's who we're all competing with. That's who we're competing with. But listen, right here. Jobs, raises, promotions, management positions, scholarships, right? Anything that involves competition against us and someone our same age is harder now than ever and will only continue to get harder as time progresses. Why? 3 main reasons. Jobs are going overseas and they're not coming back. India and China are booming. Why? Because we send our jobs over there, and unfortunately they will do the labor that for $2 a day that we won't do for $8 an hour. And that's just the way it is. Technology, computers. I was driving here in my car, and I don't recommend this, but I was, talking on my iPhone very safely, both hands on the wheel, but to a gentleman in Canada. And I'm like, and it's amazing. You can talk to people in Canada with these devices, right? I mean, I recommend them. You should all get one. If you don't have one, get one. But technology. But then the saddest of all, guys, like the holy, crazy, unfortunate saddest of all, is that most of our parents and grandparents are still working in their late 50s, 60s, and 70s. And not only is that sad and unfortunate, and they made bad choices financially, maybe didn't save enough, maybe didn't have the right opportunities, I don't know. We're not here to judge. What we're here for is to do something different. And that's what matters. But the unfortunateness about that is that does not free up jobs for the youth to come in and fill. They're not opening up jobs for people to come in and take right now. And so that's crazy. And that's where we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to become our own boss, to run our own life, to go share a product that, I read an article that said $100 million of coffee is sold in the U.S., like $50 million worth of tea, $12.5 billion of energy drinks. The weight loss industry is like $80 billion. We're talking about nutty numbers, guys, and we tap into them with the highest quality products that exist. So I'm supposed to do a better job quoting the products, but I'll pass it off to Brad. He does a really good job. But before I bring it up, I need you to really understand who you're about to hear from. Our company, Vima, we are in 53 countries. That's kind of the magnitude that you right now sitting here drove from Phoenix or Tucson or Flagstaff to hear this, or you're watching online from Canada or somewhere else. You could market this business and these products to over 3 billion people. 3 billion people. My two best friends, one opened a restaurant for 110 grand and one opened a landscaping company for 40 grand. Their business encompassed about 4 miles, right? 4 miles. And we're talking about I was in Australia earlier this year, it spread the same message, right? 17-hour plane flight, same message. People looking for help, people looking for a great product, people looking for opportunity. So you guys are sitting here in a $3.1 million building, you can bring your friends to really show quality and credibility. So, 53 countries, 3 billion people. In Vima alone, there's over 300,000 people in all of the countries. So 300,000 people out of 3 billion, someone did the math, that's pretty low. We got a lot of, right? We got a lot of room to grow.